வசுதேவ சுதம் தேவம் கமதனம் தேவகி பரமானந்தம் கிருஷ்ணம் வந்தே ஜெகத்குரும். ஏறார் இடையினோவ எத்தனையோர் போதுமாய் சீரார் வெண்ண திரண்டு நாரார் உரியேத்தி நன்கமைய வைத்து போராதவன் போல் உறங்கானைக் கண்டவளும் வாரா தான் வைத்தது காணாள் வயிறிடித்திங்காரார் புகுதுவார் ஐயறிவரல்லார் நீராமிதி செய்தீரென்னோர் நெடுங்கயித்தால் தீரா வெகுளியலாய்ச் சிக்கனவார் தடிப்ப ஆறாவயிற்றினோடு ஆத்தாதான். This is a pashuram of Tirumangiyalvar in Chiriya Thirumadal. He says, Krishna one day decided, without being caught today, I must steal butter and eat. I must also distribute to all my friends. Let Yashoda complete churning. Let her save it in the uri. After she leaves, let me get up. Till such time, he pretended as though he was fast asleep. Yashoda thought, the son is fast asleep. He is too good a boy. Let him keep sleeping. So she left. But she had a practice. Even when you leave home, in 5-10 minutes, you have to just sneak in. You have to come in and see what is happening back at home. Because the children may not be doing what you wanted them to do. So you had to get back and see. Krishna was quite aware that Yashoda would get back in 5-10 minutes. So even after 10 minutes, he pretended to be asleep. Yashoda left. She had to manage many cows and many calves. So she left. Krishna got up. After he got up, he saw that it was well secured. Now no security other than Krishna is acceptable to him. So he got up, he brought down the pot, had all, consumed the whole thing, broke the pot and tied that uri again, and he went back, slept in the same pie. He had a pie to sleep and slept in the same pie. How? Wherever his head was earlier, the same place. Wherever his hands were earlier, the same place. Wherever his legs were earlier, same place. There was a big buttermilk pot next to the ghee pot, next to the butter pot. He didn't like. So he toppled that buttermilk pot. Buttermilk started flowing, and it was flowing, and it was making his own pie wet. But Krishna could not move, because if he moves, Yashoda would enter. Even then he pretended to be asleep. Yashoda entered. She looked around and saw that the butter was missing. Whenever you return home, you have to check. There has to be an audit whether whatever you left is there in its place or not. She came in, she did not find butter. She just raised a very common question. I have left butter here. I don't find it now. Did anybody take it? This was a very general question. Krishna immediately got up. He was so furious, started crying and questioned Yashoda, are you blaming that I stole butter? Yashoda said, now I am confirmed that you stole butter. Alvar in one pashuram says that, Aichiyahi annayal annu vennavattayul sheetchamundaluhutta vappandannai kuruhut chadahovan. Aichiyahi annayal, Annai Yashoda, just she raised a question. Annu vennavarttayul, what did he say? I had kept butter here. It is not found now. Did anybody see? This was the question. Vennavarttayul sheetchamundaluhuttavappandannai. Bhagavan was so angry, he was so furious and thought it was going to be the big deluge. Why is Krishna so furious? Alvar also says that Venna vidungi verunkalattai verpida ittu adan oshekettu ohakkum kannabiran kacha kalvi vennaya vidungi. After eating butter, verunkalattai verpida ittu, he had a stone at home just to dash that pot and break the pot. Verunkalattai verpida ittu adan oshekettu. Krishna had a practice to check whether the pot had still butter or whether the pot had been emptied. How to find? Pot is taller than him. He is shorter than the pot. The pots are too big. If you are taller than the pot, you can see whether there is butter left over there or not. But he could not see because you are shorter than the... Don't think he was tall, but the pot was taller. The pot was... See, this is Gokulam. This is not our place where there is paucity of milk and curd. This is Gokulam where they had 500,000 cows. So milk was flowing and ghee was flowing. It was that much of prosperity in those days. But today if you go to Gokula and Vrindavana, this prosperity is not seen at all. When you go to Gokul, you will see many kids begging to us, and they don't have one square meal a day. We have to give them. There is a wrong practice. Whenever we go for yatra, we are cautioned by people, don't open your purse. People will cheat you in Ayodhya, they will cheat you in Vrindavan. You don't bother whether they cheat today or not. You have to think about those days, Ayodhya and Vrindavan, when you go. You have gone there to have his darshan. You may not see Krishna there anymore, but every place and every inch has been treaded by him, has been visited by him. Vrindavanam is not a common place. Kurattalvan in his Atimanusha says that Govardhano Girivaraha Yamuna Nadisa Vrindavanancha Madhuracha Puri Purani Adyapihanta Sulabha Kritinam Jananam Yete Bhavat Charanachara Jusha Pradeshaha. Every place is visited by you. I do not know whether in my lifetime I'll have the opportunity to visit these places. You may be a rich person, you may be a millionaire, but still you would not have been blessed to go to Vrindavan and stay there for a couple of days. You may be a pauper, very in poverty, but still you would have visited Vrindavan for thrice in your lifetime. This doesn't mean, so go there, give as much as possible. After all, we will leave in 2 days, but they are going to live there forever. We have to think that they are the people who live close to Yamuna, who are always in Govardhan, who are always in Vrindavan, in Gokul and in Govardhan. So I was talking about the prosperity in those days. Vennai vidingi verunkalathai verpidayittu adan oshakettu. Krishna, to check whether the pot is emptied or not, he was able to identify the difference in sound. If you break a filled pot, the sound would be different. If you break an empty pot, the sound would be different. And Bhagavan's technology was to break. If it's broken, he listened it, carefully listened to it and identified that all butter is empty. So not to worry anymore. Alvar also says that Kadaval Vanna Toduvunda, Bhagavan had a practice. Whenever we steal something, we ensure we don't leave a trace of it, right? But Krishna ensured that he left all traces possible. If he had some leftover butter in hand, he used to smear on his cheeks, smear on his shoulders, so that Yashoda or any other girl properly caught him hold. He wanted to be caught, he wanted to be tied, he wanted to be blamed, because this is the very purpose for his incarnation. Nammalvar in Tiruviruttam says that Shootunan Malahal Tuyana Vendi Vinnorgal Nanni Ratti Andubantara Nirkave Angor Mayinal Itiavanna Toduvunnappon Dimilettu Vangun Kottadayadane Kutu Adalayartham Kombinikke. What was the purpose of Krishna's incarnation? We all know. Immediately we will spell this shloka. Paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. No. Nammalvar says no. He never told me that these are the purposes. Probably you people know those purposes from Gita. I do not know. The most important purpose was to steal butter. Krishna's incarnation, the best purpose was to steal butter, and the second best was to marry Nappinni. These two were his purposes, it seems. So Krishna, he ensured that his theft was found immediately without fail. Finally, one day, Krishna was caught red-handed. What happened then? Ekada grihadasishu Yashoda Nandagehini tam stanyakama asadya ghrantim matrantim jananim harihi sanjatakopaha spurita arunadharam sandasya dadbhir dadimantana bhajanam bhitva mrishashtu drishadasmanaraha ulukhalangre rupari vyavasthitam markaya kamam dadadam shichisthitam. One girl caught him red-handed. She brought him to Yashoda and now handed over Krishna to Yashoda and blamed. She alleged that Krishna has been stealing for quite some time, but he went scot-free. Today I lay a trap. I have caught hold of Krishna. It is for you to punish him now, and I have got evidences with me. I have got at least dozens of people with me. You cannot today escape. Yashoda, you cannot escape. Every day we had brought Krishna to you. You have given some reason or other, and you saw that Krishna went scot-free. Today we will not allow that. Yashoda had no other go. She was quite wild that Krishna was caught. What to do? Whenever you punish a robber, you punish any criminal, punish the criminal, and along with the criminal, all those who helped for that crime. Is this the right way to do? There are people who helped for the crime, who gave asylum to the criminal, and punished them together with the criminal. Who is the one who helped Krishna? The martyr. There was a stone martyr. Stone martyr who helped Krishna. So Yashoda thought, let me tie both of them together. I'll tie Krishna to the stone mortar with a rope. She called for a rope. The rope came, started tying Krishna. But Krishna thought, why should I be tied down by her? It is my practice to tie down every Jivatma with their karma. Bhagavan knows to tie down a Jivatma with their karma. And it says, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaye Prapadyante Mayametam Tarantite. Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Mara Duratyaya. This whole universe, this samsara is Gunamayi, Trigunamayi, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. We are all under the influence of Sattvam, Rajas and Tamas. Bhagavan had trapped us in this Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. How to get out of this trap? How to get released? The only way is to catch hold of his lotus feet. If we unconditionally surrender to him, he releases us. So he is known to bind us and he is known to release us. Here is a story that is entirely different. Yashoda trying to bind him to the mortar. So Krishna did not allow that to happen. He slowly grew in size. Yashoda could not tie Krishna. The rope was 2 inches short. So she called for another rope. It came. She made a knot. Now the rope was longer. She started tying again. Krishna grew further. It was again 2 inches shorter. She called for another rope. She tied, made a knot, tried to tie. It didn't happen. Krishna grew. Even the third rope was 2 inches shorter. Then Krishna thought for a while, I am competing with whom? Is it Kamsa? Is it Trinavarta? Is it Kumbhakarna? Not at all. It's my mother. It's my loving, caring mother. Bhagavan has a practice. If you are his enemy, he wins you. If you are his devotee, he loses to you. So Krishna decided, she is so caring on me, so let me lose to her. Krishna immediately shrunk. He reduced his size. That rope, which was not enough to tie him once, the same rope was enough to tie him thrice. So Yashoda tied Krishna to that mortar. Both were looking alike. Yashoda could not differentiate between the mortar and Sri Krishna because both were dark, both were hard. The mortar had a bulge there, and Krishna's shoulder was broad, and his waist was very, very small. His waist was thin, and again he had his thighs and his legs were quite broad. And in shape, in hardness, in color, both Krishna and the mortar looked alike. How to differentiate between Krishna and the stone mortar? There was only one way. Krishna was crying, not the mortar. Now having tied Krishna, and Krishna saluted Yashoda. Kulasekhara in his Pashuram says that Anjinokkum Annokkum Alugayum Tolthagayum Tollayinbat Tirithikandal. Bhagavan with folded hands started pleading to Yashoda. Did he plead pardon? No. Krishna would have never pleaded pardon with anyone because he thinks that stealing butter is his right. So of course he is not going to agree to his mistake. He did not repent even. Then why is he saluting Yashoda? Periyavachan Pillai first thought he must be seeking pardon. No, that is not the case. But he has been thanking Yashoda that if I had to visit the family, all the families of this cowherd girls, all the families of Gopikas, it would have taken months and years together. Fortunately, since you tied me down to look at me and ridicule me, all the 500,000 girls have gathered around together. Now this is the right opportunity. Simultaneously, at one moment, I can have the darshan of all the girls here, which would have never happened if I had gone home by home. Thank you, Yashoda. Even I could not have achieved this. You made me achieve this. Yashoda picked the rope. And did he tie Krishna with rope? Dama in Sanskrita is rope. No, she did not tie with Dama, but she tied with Prema. Prema is love and affection. Dama is rope. He cannot be tied down by a rope, but he can certainly be tied down by a Prema. Have you seen an elephant being tied with a big, strong rope by the Mahut? Mahut cannot carry that chain or that big rope in his hand because that will be too heavy. And he gives that responsibility to the elephant itself. Elephant will carry the chain, place itself by the side of a big pillar in a temple, keep its one foot near the pillar and touch with its trunk. It will touch and prompt the Mahut. can you tie me down now? So the elephant carries the chain, enables the Mahut to tie himself down. Similarly, bhakti is the chain that can tie down Krishna. We cannot carry bhakti. Krishna is the elephant. So for us, he carries bhakti, blesses us with bhakti, and orders us, can you tie me down with your bhakti? This is what we are trying to do now. So it is bhakti not from us. It is bhakti that which he blesses us. As an elephant enables a Mahut to tie him down, Bhagavan enables us to tie him down with bhakti. Bhaktyat tvanannaya shakyaha ahamevam vidorjuna jnatum drashtuncha tattvena praveshtuncha parantapa. Having tied down Krishna, Yashoda left to mind other business. Krishna started crying. You know when did he start crying? When Yashoda lifted the rope, he started crying. Yashoda asked him, I am yet to hit you. Why are you crying? Krishna replied, there is no point in crying after taking the beating. That's the reason why I cry initially. As a dark, big elephant would be crying. Have you seen tears rolling down the eyes and cheeks of an elephant? It won't be crying, but normally water flows down. Similarly, Krishna was also crying. He pretended to be crying. Nanda Gopala enters. He was not found all along. So many things happened at home, but Nanda Gopala was not there. He knew nothing. He was oblivious. He enters. And he saw Krishna. Why are you tied down, Krishna? Why are you crying? What happened? Krishna said, that's the same thing I also do not know. I do not know why she cried me. I do not know why am I crying. It happened. See, Nanda Gopala said, Yashoda is certainly foolish. Let me untie you. He untied. There was a Palavikrayani. She used to sell Nagapadam. So she was a vendor. She was a jamun vendor. She had jamuns full of a basket. She had come. She was standing at the doorsteps of Krishna. Krishna was very fond of jamun. But now he wants to have jamun. He has to give anything in return for jamun. Nanda Gopala said, go to the backyard, pick some rice or pick some paddy. Those days were days of barter trade. So pick some paddy, offer paddy to the jamun vendor. How many ever jamuns, Nagapadam you want, you can have. Krishna took it, ran to the front door, offered jamun to that vendor, and that lady said, if you give me what I want, I can give you Nagapadam. I have just given you now. What more do you want? Shall I give you 10 liters of milk? Can I give 2 calves? Can I give you 2 cows? What more you want? No. If you grant me liberation, I shall give you jamun. I shall give you Nagapadam. Krishna said, this must be the most expensive Nagapadam I have ever bought. How is that you identify that I can grant Vaikuntham to you? Who told you that I am Narayana and I can grant Vaikuntham? She quickly replied, oh Krishna, when you offered your paddy to my basket, you had opened your palms. And I saw Shankareka and Chakrareka in your left and right palm. I identified you as Sriman Narayana. So if you give me moksham, in turn I will give you Nagapadam. Bhagavan gave her moksham the very moment she abandoned her body and left to the eternal abode Shivaikuntama of Krishna. So it says here, what is the lesson in the story? Even a fruit vendor can identify Krishna, but Brahma even may lose to do so. Both are possible. Ammalvar says, Yadumor Nelamayanana, Arivariya Yemberuman. Yadumor Nelamayanana, Arivaliya Yemberuman. You may be great, but you may not identify who Krishna is. You may be nobody, but still you may identify Krishna. So it's not dependent on your birth, your prosperity, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are a Pandit, Vidwan or whoever you are. You may be anybody. If you are affectionate, if you are intimate to Krishna, you identify him. This is the moral from the story. Parivartita kandharam bhayena smitapulladhara pallavam smarami. Vedanta Deshika experiences this divine pleasure in his Gopala Vimshati. Now, let us move on. Next was Yamalarjuna Uddharanam. And the next story was Vatsasura, Bakasura, Vadham. We move on to Aghasura Vadham. This is a very interesting pastime. Aghasura was a big serpent. It was a python, in fact. Krishna killed that python. Why did that python come to kill Krishna? Many asuras were sent in queue. They were in disguise trying to kill Krishna. This is a plot of Kamsa. And now in the queue was Aghasura. One asura took the form of a python. He was waiting for Krishna to reach Vrindavanam. Every day Krishna went with thousands and thousands of cows to graze those cows, to rear those cows. So all the cows would go in front, Krishna would come in the rear, Krishna was coming. The python was waiting with the large mouth, opened mouth. Always it was a practice that the friends of Krishna, all the Gopakumaras went in front and Krishna came at the back. Krishna was the last to leave Gokulam towards Vrindavana. The Gopakumaras were going. The first one sighted this python. He asked, why is this python wide opened his mouth? Can we enter and see? Is this a real python or is it a big bommai? This must be an amusing element. Can I get inside? And the other boy said, if I get and this mouth is closed, what would happen? We will get caught. You don't worry. The all universal protector is coming at the back. So he will protect us. All the children got in. Even after the children got in, he didn't close his mouth because his prey was not these children. His prey was Krishna. He was waiting. Krishna entered. The python closed its mouth. Immediately Krishna grew in size, broke open the python. Python was dead and they all went ahead to their nominated place. Vrindavanam is known as a Chaurasi Krosh